Situation: you want to reduce your negative impact on the environment. Here are 3 things you could do. 1. Use reusable bags and bottles. 2. Reduce electricity and water usage at home. 3. Avoid fast fashion and buy sustainable clothes. Which do you think is the most effective way to protect the environment?
To become more environmentally friendly, I believe the most effective action is to reduce electricity and water usage at home. Daily activities like leaving lights on or taking long showers waste valuable resources. By being more conscious, such as turning off appliances when not in use or fixing leaking taps, we can save a lot of energy and water over time. These changes are simple but have a big impact. Using reusable items and avoiding fast fashion are also helpful, but they may not be practiced as consistently. Conserving electricity and water is something we can do every single day. From my perspective, saving energy at home is practical, cost-effective, and good for the planet. That's why I consider it the most powerful step among the options.
Situation: you want to become better at working in a team. Here are 3 things you could do. 1. Practice active listening during group discussions. 2. Share responsibilities fairly with teammates. 3. Learn to give and receive constructive feedback. Which do you think is the most important for successful teamwork?
To improve teamwork skills, I think the most important thing is to practice active listening during group discussions. Listening carefully to others shows respect and helps everyone feel heard. It also prevents misunderstandings and makes sure everyone's ideas are considered. A good listener encourages open communication, which is essential for any team to function well. Sharing work fairly and giving feedback are also necessary, but without listening, you might miss important input or create conflict. In my experience, teams work best when members truly listen to one another. It builds trust and leads to better cooperation. That's why I believe active listening is the key to successful teamwork.
Situation: you want to learn a new language using an app. Here are 3 features you consider. 1. Daily speaking and pronunciation practice. 2. Fun games and quizzes to build vocabulary. 3. Grammar lessons with clear explanations. Which feature do you think is the most helpful for language learning?
If I had to choose the most helpful feature in a language learning app, would choose daily speaking and pronunciation practice. Speaking is one of the hardest skills to develop, especially when you're learning alone. An app that allows you to speak and corrects your pronunciation helps you build fluency and confidence. It also prepares you for real-life conversations. While vocabulary and grammar are important, they can be learned through many sources. But speaking practice is more challenging to find, so having it in an app is extremely valuable. Personally, I've improved my accent and speaking speed by using apps that focus on pronunciation. That's why I think it's the most essential feature for real progress.
Situation: you want to spend more quality time with your family. Here are 3 ways you could do that. 1. Cook and eat meals together regularly. 2. Plan weekend outings or trips. 3. Limit phone and screen time when at home. Which do you think is the best way to improve family time?
To improve family time, I believe the best approach is to cook and eat meals together regularly. Sharing meals is a simple but meaningful way to connect. It creates a daily opportunity to talk, share stories, and enjoy each other's company. Even a short dinner can strengthen relationships. Trips and cutting down on screen time are also helpful, but they happen less often or are harder to maintain. In contrast, mealtimes are part of everyday life and easier to turn into a habit. In my own family, dinner is often when we laugh, solve problems, and bond. That's why I think having regular meals together is the most valuable way to stay close.
Situation: you have an important presentation next week. Here are 3 ways to prepare. 1. Create clear and attractive slides. 2. Practice speaking in front of a mirror. 3. Ask a friend to listen and give feedback. Which do you think is the most effective preparation method?
To prepare for a presentation, I believe the most effective method is to ask a friend to listen and give feedback. Practicing in front of someone else helps simulate the real experience. A friend can point out issues with your delivery, body language, or content that you might not notice yourself. It's also great for building confidence. Slides and mirrors are helpful, but they don't give you an outside perspective. Real feedback allows you to improve faster and avoid common mistakes. I always feel more confident after doing a test run with a friend. That's why I think getting constructive feedback is the most effective way to prepare.
Situation: you often feel like you don't have enough time to do everything. Here are 3 strategies you could try. 1. Make a daily to-do list. 2. Set time limits for tasks. 3. Avoid distractions like social media. Which do you think is the most effective way to manage time better?
To manage time more effectively, I think the most useful strategy is to make a daily to-do list. When you write down your tasks for the day, you gain a clear picture of what needs to be done. It helps you stay organized and reduces the feeling of being overwhelmed. Checking things off also gives a sense of achievement and keeps you motivated. Setting time limits and avoiding distractions are important too, but they work best after you already know what your priorities are. A list gives you that structure. Personally, since I started planning my day with a to-do list each morning, I've become much more productive. That's why I believe it's the most effective time management method.
Situation: you are thinking of studying abroad and considering 3 countries. 1. The United States. 2. The United Kingdom. 3. Australia. Which country do you think would be the best place to study, and why?
If I had the chance to study abroad, would choose the United Kingdom. The UK has many top universities with strong reputations, and the programs are often shorter than in other countries, which saves both time and money. In addition, it has a rich history and culture, which makes studying there more interesting and meaningful. The US and Australia are great options too, but the UK offers a unique balance of academic excellence and cultural experience. Also, being in Europe makes it easier to travel and explore different countries. For all these reasons, I think the UK would be the best place for me to study abroad.
Situation: exam season is stressful, and you want to stay healthy. Here are 3 ideas. 1. Get enough sleep every night. 2. Eat balanced meals and stay hydrated. 3. Take short breaks to stretch or walk. Which do you think is the most important to stay healthy during exams?
During exam season, I believe the most important way to stay healthy is to get enough sleep every night. Sleep is essential for memory, focus, and mental health. Without enough rest, it's much harder to concentrate, and stress levels increase. Even if you study all night, your brain won't work as well the next day. Eating well and taking breaks are useful too, but if you're exhausted, no amount of food or walking can fix that. Personally, I do much better on tests when I sleep well the night before. That's why I believe sleep should be the top priority during exams.
Situation: you want to make the most of your summer break. Here are 3 activities you're considering. 1. Take a part-time job. 2. Travel to a new place. 3. Join a summer course to learn a new skill. Which do you think is the best way to spend the summer?
To make the most of the summer, I would choose to join a summer course to learn a new skill. Summer is the perfect time to focus on personal growth. Whether it's learning a language, improving computer skills, or taking a creative course, it gives long-term value. Unlike a trip or job, a new skill stays with you forever and can open doors in the future. Traveling and working are also great, but they don't always help you develop in the same way. I once took a design course over the summer, and it later helped me get a better internship. So for me, learning something new is the best way to invest my summer time.
Situation: you've just moved to a new city and want to make friends. Here are 3 things you could do. 1. Join a local club or sports team. 2. Attend community events or festivals. 3. Use social media or online groups. Which do you think is the most effective way to meet new people?
To make new friends in a new city, I think the most effective way is to join a local club or sports team. Being part of a club gives you a regular chance to meet the same people and build relationships over time. It also creates natural conversations because you share a common interest, whether it's sports, music, or something else. Events and social media are useful too, but they often lead to short-term interactions. Clubs allow you to become part of a real community. In my opinion, consistent contact is key to forming friendships, and clubs offer exactly that. That's why I think they're the best option.